Hi everybody. I thought I'd do a quick video about just talk a little bit about Dolly Parton. I don't really know much about her, but I just thought the only things I sort of do know about Dolly Parton is basically she turned down the song "Don't Give Up" with Peter Gabriel. Um, so Gabriel had hoped country legend Dolly Parton would sing alongside him on the track, but after approaching her management, the message came back that she wasn't interested. At this time in Gabriel's career, he wasn't widely known in America. Well, I suppose he would have been known a bit because he did tour a lot over there with Genesis and stuff like that. And he did a song, an album called "Lamb Lies Down" on Broadway, which featured a sort of kind of a American punk kid, as it were. Well, he's Puerto Rican, but he was based in New York, basically. So I don't know. Anyway, it's probably not really Dolly's style of music, so I can understand why she turned him down. Let's put him like that. Put it like that. I mean, the song "Don't Give Up" did have American themes of um, the the 30s when there was a lot of people unemployed and stuff like that. So it kind of was based on those themes. But anyway, this time in Gabriel's career, he wasn't widely known in America, and there's a suggestion that nobody in Dolly's team really knew who he was, which might explain the lack of enthusiasm to become involved. There's an interesting story about this song, Gabriel told the Quieters, because there was a reference of American roots music in it when I first wrote it. It was suggested that Dolly's part and sing on it. Obviously, being American, that would make sense. But Dolly turned it down, and I'm glad that she did because what Kate did, Kate Bush obviously, did on it was absolutely brilliant. Um, and so that's the connection there. Now the other connection, which I mean, Peter Gabriel is my favorite artist of all time, and I've called my son Peter Gabriel after him. And his connection with Dolly Parton is that his first um, dive into music was actually through Dolly Parton. So his mum played Dolly Parton music to him, and he basically enjoyed that music. So he's always had a soft spot for Dolly Parton. He's like a 25-year-old kid. You'd think that is not the music that a 25-year-old bloke would kind of listen to. So it's kind of funny in that respect, I find. But that is the kind of connection. So Dolly Parton. I mean, I've never really been into country music either, but I can appreciate Dolly Parton, and I've been listening to quite a few of the songs and stuff like that she sung. Um, and they are gems, aren't they? There's a lot of gems that she did. I mean, I know some of the tracks like Islands in the Sun and that kind of thing, and obviously 9 to 5. And did she do Lucille as well? But I know she's done a few others and stuff. I can't remember the names off my head, but she's a top performer. Um, but probably not really my kind of music, all right, if I'm brutally honest. But I know she's a quality artist. And I'm just hearing a lot of the other stuff that she's done. I obviously knew about Dollywood, the theme park, which always sounds a bit crazy to me that someone could create a theme park. But obviously, I think that's still going and stuff. So obviously, she made that work. Um, but basically, the way she treated other human beings is what is people talk about, how wonderful she was with everyone else. And she'd talk to people. She was always at the time of day with people. Um, and she gave so much of her money away, basically. So that's really all I wanted to kind of say about kind of Dolly Parton. And obviously, she's got to 80. She's going to be a loss to society, but I think she's always going to live on. And the all the music that she's created means that she lives on forever, and that's the beautiful thing. And everyone's memories that people have got of Dolly Parton, the connections that she's created, the many connections that she's created, is going to live on. Okay, so you live on, And on if you put down, you put down markers and stuff like that, um, because she's such a great human being, basically, that she'll live on forever. So that's all I wanted to say. Okay, over and out. Hope you have a great day, everybody. And sorry for the family's loss.